Let me talk to you about the Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card. It is a fantastic credit card that hundreds of thousands of members have, and I want to specify 5 things you gotta fix in your application process to be approved with the high limits. Don't you go anywhere. You're gonna love today's conversation, I guarantee it.
One in a million, one in a million, one in a million. You know they're coming up to me, cause I'm just the kind of flow with a stinging kind of beat, but the rhythm's getting higher. Go, 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 go. One in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million, one in a million.
Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Sweetie Kiwi Show. How are you today? I hope you are doing fantastic. I'm doing marvelous, if you were to ask me. If you are doing as great as I am, go grab a cup of coffee or tea or vodka and let's roll. In today's conversation, I want to talk to you about the Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card. 5 things you got to fix throughout the application process to be approved with a high limit. The first thing I want to talk, before I even get into the 5 things, I want to talk to you about the credit card itself. Let me give you an overview, okay? So when you think about the Navy Fed Go Rewards, cause you know what you have to think about? I want you to think about bonus points, okay? Here is a card that actually offers you a $200 bonus value when you sign up. In other words, but you have to spend $2,000 within 90 days of opening a Go Rewards account, okay? So you can earn 20,000 bonus points, which is basically a $200 value, okay? So you earn 3x points at restaurants. So this is kind of good for y'all who like to go to restaurants and dine and whatnot, okay? It's kind of cool. You have 2x points on gas. This is kind of cool too. If you're basically on the road all the time, that's kind of cool too, okay? And you earn 1x points on everything else. So points, when we contextualize the Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card, points are worth 1 cent, okay, on airfare and cashback. And it's just a wonderful card. And the APR here oscillates between 9.74% and 18%. Okay, so that's kind of cool. And the card has no annual fees, no balance transfer fee, no foreign transaction fee, no cash advance fee. So you can actually travel, use the card overseas, not a problem. Okay, it's very, very flexible. And so if you want to, first of all, you have to be a member of the Navy Fed credit card, Navy Fed credit union to have the card, or to apply for the card in the first place. And one thing I want to say here is that this card is kind of cool. If you are already a member, you can pre-qualify, okay? And pre-qualification is key because you really want to preserve your FICO score here. So we don't want to have a hard pull, we want to have a soft pull. So this is really cool. And the one thing that I also love is that this card has 24 access to US-based member reps. Okay, you have no balance transfer. I already said that. You have the ability to freeze and unfreeze your cards online. This is wonderful. Okay, you have fraud notifications. You have a zero liability policy for unauthorized transactions, and you have access to your FICO score. Wonderful. The first thing you have to actually manage, you have to navigate very well if you want to get a high limit on this credit card, is the inquiries. Because we talked last time about credit inquiries, right? It's about time you made a decision about it. Because the whole thing is that I'm just kind of like, people always talk about, well, why am I being denied, for this credit card and whatnot? Well, it's because you're having a lot of credit inquiries. Credit inquiries are really, really detrimental to your credit score and to your approval odds, okay? So how often should you apply for a new credit card or a new product in general? Well, I have no magic time frame for you, but usually experts say like 6 months is kind of cool, unless you really need the money, unless you need the money for something else, okay? You have to buy a house or you have to buy a car, so don't apply too often for credit cards, okay? It's really important. Now you want to wait because you have to understand that 10% of your FICO credit score actually counts from credit inquiries. So this is important, okay? And the funny thing is, people walk around telling people, well, you can apply for a lot of credit cards in a day as long as you apply within 24 hours. This will account for 1 credit inquiry. This is really, really not true. This is false. So you want to be very, very careful because I'm talking to you. See, the thing is that what's that, Bobby? What's the question? Oh, I heard you. Oh, listen. We're going to talk about that. We are going to talk about that. But first, I want to emphasize the fact that if you have to reduce the number of credit inquiries on your credit report, if you want to get a high limit when you apply for the Navy Fed Go Rewards, or if you already have the Navy Fed Go Rewards, if you just want them to automatically increase you really need to pay attention to the credit inquiries, okay? And the thing here is that a credit inquiry happens because you apply for credit, okay? This is why systematically and reflexively, and I really want to emphasize that, systematically and reflexively, you want to always look for soft pull credit products. If you're looking for a loan, a personal loan, a personal line of credit, or you're looking for a credit card, right? Your reflex should be, I want a soft pull application. I want a lender who will allow me to gauge my chances, my odds of approval through a soft pull before going through the hard pull. The second quality or second virtue I want you to have if you want to get a high limit on the Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card is patience. That's what it is. I mean, let's say you just joined Navy Fed, right? It's been 3 months, it's been 6 months, okay? And all of a sudden you just jumping around excited. I want to apply for this credit card, blah, blah, blah. You go around and tell everybody, I have a high FICO score, blah, blah, blah. Hey, listen, hey, hold your horses. Hold your horses, okay? Why are you so, gung-ho about this application here? Because talk to me. Talk to me. Why? Hold your horses. Wait a minute. Wait for 6 to 9 months. 3 to 6 months is kind of cool too. In other words, if your membership is recent, it's going against you. When you join Navy Fed, you want to wait. You want to constitute your relationship. You want to build up your relationship with them, okay? You walk around and you just want to beef up your deposits. Make sure you have a win-win situation. We are trying to create some biases here, okay? So don't you just walk around and say, because you go on Reddit and other forums on the internet and people apply and blah, 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 and you also want to apply. No, take your time. Hold your horses. I keep repeating that. Okay? So why are you so excited? Do you have a large expense? Do you want to take advantage of the intro bonus? Okay, I get that. Listen, I'm with you here, okay? I'm with you. But the thing is, there is a code, there is a logic, there's something going on. If you want to have a high limit, well, on this card and on other Navy Fed credit cards, you need to be patient, okay? You want to clean your FICO score in the meantime. In other words, I'm telling you, wait for 3 to 6 months. What do you do in that time frame? You just sit around and just watch whatever your favorite TV series? No, what you want to do is you want to systematically and reflexively. Again, those are two important words. Reflexively and systematically clean your FICO. I'm talking about making sure that you basically look for errors on your FICO score, right? You want to contact your the data furnishers, the banks and the credit card issuers that gave the wrong FICO or the wrong information about you in the first place. You want to contact the credit reporting agencies to dispute the info, yeah, okay. And you want to maintain also a positive check system record. And it's very important. A lot of folks don't talk about that. People just focus on the FICO score, but if you are a member of Navy Fed, you want to really have a good banking situation too, okay? And big decision time, boss. So where you at right now? Are you patient enough? Are you a new member? Are you an existing member? So you want to really actually space out your credit card applications. You want to wait for 3 to 6 months before applying so that you can get on for your Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card a high limit. I want to talk to you about direct deposit. I don't know. Are you currently working? Father, I'm talking to you. Mother, I'm talking to you. What is your employment situation? Talk to me about your employment situation. Do you have a full-time job, a part-time job? What do you have? What is your 9 to 5? Is your 9 to 5 just sitting on the couch and just watching TV? What do you have? If you happen to have a job, and I'm just being very clear here, you want to maintain a direct deposit relationship with Navy Fed. They want to see your cash in, and this is going to help you a lot. Okay, we're talking about a lot. You really want to have a Navy Fed to see exactly, because direct deposit transaction has a lot of benefits for employees, especially if you're trying to get a high limit on your Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card. I'm telling you, this is really important. So it's about time you showed Navy Fed that, hey, listen, I'm making money, okay, and I'm being paid maybe twice a month or three times a month or once every week, whatever. I mean, but you really need to tell them how much you're making, how often you are being paid, and most importantly, who your employer is. See, this is the trifecta of benefits that you actually get from linking up your paycheck to Navy Fed's account. This is important. So 3 things, right? How much you've been paid, how often you are paid, and who your employer is. This is why we always say, listen, you really have to sign up for direct deposit. And so that Navy Fed can see your income, they can see your cash inflows, you can see your cash outflows, and based on those metrics, they can make a decision in actually increasing your Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card. Okay, boss, this is important. Yeah, because I want to talk to you about the benefits of direct deposit for employees in general. Okay, you have a no lost, stolen, or misplaced checks. Okay, so you ain't spending time at the bank or ATM. You know, you can access your funds earlier than with paper checks, by the way, which is great. You can receive payments even if you are sick or out of town. Think about that. Those are just the quintessential advantages, okay? And paychecks can be deposited directly into more than one account, such as savings or an emergency fund. The cool thing is, I'm not asking you to actually deposit 100% of your salary into a Navy Fed's account. If that's not what you want, that's okay. It's totally fine. But you want to deposit something, okay? It can be 30%, 40%, 50%, and whatnot. Let's just have this situation where we are being honest to ourselves, okay? Number 4, I want to talk to you about your Navy Fed internal score. Oh yeah. And Tatiana, you know, the funny thing is, you asked a question last time. Are you there, Tatiana? Yeah. Listen, you asked a question last time about the importance of Navy Fed internal score, right? Well, I can't really, based on our research, I can't really say for sure if it's more important than your FICO score. One thing I know for sure is that it counts. Okay, it weighs heavily in the equation. So if you want to have a high limit on your Navy Fed Go Rewards credit card or on other credit products from Navy Fed, you better have a high Navy Fed internal score. Now, the internal score, unfortunately, you only find out when you apply unsuccessfully for a credit product. That's when they tell you, hey, listen, this is where your score is currently at, and you want to work on it to actually beef it up. Okay. But one thing we know for a fact is that there are several metrics that contribute to your net Navy Fed internal score, right? So we're talking about utilization of revolving account lines in the last 3 months. In other words, how you're using credit cards, how you're using lines of credits. They want to pay attention to that. So if you currently have a situation where you're not using credit cards properly, because niece, nephew, I'm talking to you, son, daughter, I'm talking to you. You better really have a clear explanation. You better have a clear strategy to straighten things up, okay? And if you have a limited credit experience, this could also be detrimental to you. So this is why I was just telling you, you want to be patient, okay? The ratio of accounts open in the last 24 months to all accounts also plays an important role. In other words, Navy Fed is looking at how many accounts are you opening in the last 2 years. And they were just taking that number and dividing it by all your accounts. So it basically, they want to see how often you are opening accounts. In other words, you need money. Are you desperate? That's what they're trying to have. And the number of inquiries on your credit reports also counts. So here is the approach. If you want to boost your Navy Fed internal score, you want to basically have a lengthier credit history, which means you just have to be patient, okay? You want to open as few accounts as possible. You want to reduce the number of inquiries on your credit report, okay? And you basically also want to manage your accounts properly. I'll be right back right after this. Don't go anywhere. Welcome back, folks, to another edition of the Awesome Trader Kiwi Show. We are still having a conversation today about the NFCU GO Rewards credit card, and I'm just giving you 5 things that could help you get a higher limits, okay? And the 5th thing here is the card accounts. So basically, NFCU is looking at, before giving you more money, before putting more money on your NFCU GO Rewards credit card, they are actually paying attention to, they are contextualizing your situation. You know, that's what it is. You know, the whole thing is, people think that when NFCU or a bank, for that matter, makes a decision about credit limits, they just look at the one card. No way, Jose. You know, things are more complicated than that. You know, they look at things holistically. Do you get that, boss? Holistically. In other words, they look at your current credit card counts with NFCU. In other words, how many credit cards you have with them, how many credit cards you have in general. In other words, what is your available credit limits, okay? And that's basically, you have to understand, from a lender's perspective, your credit limit is your potential level exposure. In other words, if your total limit is 25 grand, they're thinking you have access to $25,000. Now, is that too bad? Is that good? It depends on your FICO score, your financial situation. It depends on how do you call it, the paraphernalia of your financial life. In other words, the little details, you know, what's going on in your life. How do you spend your money? Are you someone who lives within his or her means, or are you just fleshing things out? So how many credit cards is too many or few, or too few, really? It depends on you, really, okay? I mean, when I was sitting there telling you that a credit scoring formulas will punish you if you have too many credit accounts, okay? But you can have too few credit accounts too. It's all based on our experience. 3 to 4 to 5. I mean, less than 5 is kind of cool, as long as you manage them very well, okay? Because credit cards comes in different shapes and forms, right? And you might want credit cards for travel discounts, travel perks, for cashback perks, for other bonuses, whatever. So it's really, it depends on your family, it depends on your spending patterns and whatnot. So this is what it is. Now, there are some potential issues with having multiple credit cards, though. You know, it's important. This is why you want to space out credit card applications. You have to manage multiple billing cycles, okay, and make sure that you are timing credit card applications with big future purchases, okay. And the potential impact on your credit score depends on how you use the card in the first place, in terms of your credit utilization, your credit age, and your payment history. Okay, those are important elements. Before closing today's conversation, let me just give you a few tips, a few pro tips, okay, in making sure that you're always getting your NFCU GO Rewards credit card application approved, okay. So do not apply for too many credit cards at once. Know what's in your credit reports, okay. That's important. That like you can't just walk around, you know, people talk about, hey, you know, I can't believe, you know, all my life I've never been above 600. The question is, have you ever found out what's within your credit report? Okay, I want you, boss, I want you right now to make a decision for me. You want to know what's inside your credit report, okay? You want to apply, so because once you know what's inside your credit report, what are the elements that make up your credit reports, you can apply for cards that fit your credit score. And that's what you want, right? If you're in the 600 credit band or the 700 band, you really want to apply for cards in that category. And that's just common sense. It's pure logic. Where I come from, we call it country logic, okay? And you want to apply strict country logic here. Apply for credit cards that fit your credit score. You want to pay your bills on time, okay? Not just your bills with NFCU, but with all other bills. And the most important thing is you also want to watch your credit utilization, okay? And it's all about living within your means, okay, or living below your means. Boss, nephew, granddaughter, grandfather, I'm talking to you. Grandson, I'm just talking to you. I don't care where you at currently in your life, but I'm talking to you because this is a family conversation, and everything is on the table, okay? You have to watch your credit utilization. Trying to create a diverse range of credit. I don't care if you have loans and student loans and lines of credit and whatnot, and credit cards and loans. You need to diversify the credit products that you are carrying, okay? And the thing here is that sometimes when you're new, sometimes when you're young, you want to consider a secure credit card to build credit history. As a matter of fact, Navy Fed has a secure credit card. So if you're applying for the the NFCU GO Rewards credit card unsuccessfully, if they're not just approving you right off the bat, you want to actually go the secure card way first. Okay, you can also be an authorized user on somebody else's card. That's kind of cool too. Okay, but the bottom line is you want to be in a position where you are building credit earlier. You want to build credit early. This is important, and apply at a branch instead of applying over the phone or applying online. Apply at a branch. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. In today's conversation, I was just talking to you about the Navy Federal GO Rewards credit card and 5 things you got to fix to be approved with a high limit. So I gave you an overview of the card, and I spoke to you about inquiries, patience, direct deposit, NFCU score, card counts, and I gave you a few pro tips before closing today's conversation. Thank you so much for your attention. I really appreciate it. God bless you. I'll speak to you another time. But until then, remember, stay marvelous.